happy that he's back in Vaikanze, and at the opening ceremony he said, "Well, I've always really liked playing here, but we'll find out if it's a good decision."
Yes.
So today he plays against the youngest player in the field. We've talked briefly about him, Wei Yi, and well, when I think about Vladimir Kramnik playing with white, the first thing is probably that the bishop is normally on g2.
Yes.
So no surprise here, but let's see exactly how this happens.
And knight f3 has been Vladimir's opening move, this flexible start for his entire career.
Yeah.
I mean, he's really made a very, very good living off of his setups that he gets with knight f3.
For sure. So nowadays, this is g6. This was popularized by Vichy, I believe, in his match against Magnus.
Chennai.
And nowadays, every single player goes for this. Even in my blitz games online, if I play, some chess grandmaster, they always go for this. And I don't like it because I either have to go for these symmetrical lines, which is what Vladimir does and what most people do, or I have to allow black to capture the center with e5.
Right.
So this is a clever move order. d4, knight f6, and okay, this is really one of the main lines in the Grunfeld nowadays.
Right.
So you can take on c4 or you can play c6.
Right.
And Wei Yi decides to take on c4 over here. I would say that's normally slightly more sharp than the c6 lines are.
Well, if you go to c6 for a second, I remember back in the day between Kasparov and Karpov, that Karpov was trying to squeeze Gary a little of this cd5, knight e5 lines.
Yeah.
And really, the theory is pretty intense. I mean, it's very, very well developed.
Yeah, something like this was what they used to go for, right?
Yeah, exactly, with e6, knight c3, and knight c6 thrown in. Yeah. And again, this is a line that was popular, 30 years ago. Now, d5 takes c4, I think, has been determined as a much more dynamic.
Yeah. And also, the way white approaches this position, in my experience, is very often they go for b3 now as well. Like they came up with some new moves here for white as well. But I think both are still very much featured at the highest level. So,
but this is actually, because you mentioned b3, I always thought this was very exciting times in the opening. The player makes a move like c6.
Yeah.
And then, just 2 moves later, he moves the c pawn again. So it's very popular b3 to take on c4, take on c4.
And it's definitely the best way to play for black, by the way.
With c5. And it always thrills me that, you play d2, d3 on move 1. And then 3 moves later, you play d4, and somehow you get an edge. I mean, it's like fantastic. Yeah. But this, 3 results are possible. I like these imbalances. It's not really Vladimir's cup of tea to allow this, although he did allow it, and I think he actually lost one game very recently with white in this line, where he got tricked on this diagonal.
I can't immediately remember, but he's had several games in this line, also against Anish, I believe he played this on the white side, I think.
Yes.
But he's tried almost every single line here, so yeah, this one of them. But okay, let's have a look, because the way he went for this d takes c4 variation, and okay, you do get different positions, but they can be quite similar. So let me just quickly move back here and get the moves. Yes. I believe knight a3 must have been right.
Knight a3.
c3. Is this how it works?
Was it c5?
I believe c3. This is how some of my games went here. But I believe he went for c5.
D takes c5.
c3.
Followed by c3. I'm not sure we're up to date with the players. Yeah, you'll have to just refresh your... Oh, he played knight b5.
Yeah. Okay. So normally speaking, we do get a Grunfeld structure. So c5, this is a little bit unfamiliar for me. That this is what I'm used to seeing. And then white never takes, obviously.
Right. I recall a game that I played on the white side against Gregory Kaidanov, but I didn't take on c5.
No, it's not advised.
Not advised.
Yeah, so this is
knight b5. Basically, he's saying to black, develop me.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's quite exciting, because the first thing that comes to mind is like, okay, if I do take here, I mean, yes, you are developed, but it doesn't look like the best pawn structure from White's perspective.
It's not.
It really isn't. So, so the question is, where does Black put his knight from b8 here? Is it on a6 or on c6? Or there could be some other moves like bishop to d7.
Yeah, this is actually a very good moment to really take a deep think about your long-term plan. The problem with knight a6 is it definitely looks good. You protect c7, you attack c5. The problem is if you never win the pawn on c5, your knight on a6 is kind of like looking like a little dubious over there. So I would suspect that knight c6 would be the more popular choice. But does queen a5? Does queen a5? Is that too aggressive? The idea, of course, is to be able to play rook d8 with a tempo. I don't know.
It could be some very exciting lines here. I imagine I can't really go queen to b3 because you'll immediately hit me with the bishop developing.
Right. But that was the intent.
But there could be,
my
lines
a little weird on a5.
I could get trapped. Maybe I'll just step aside.
I may have serious regrets, right?
Yes. So,
well, fair enough. I am not a die-in-the-wool Grunfeld player. You have to have a special understanding of chess to play the Grunfeld. And here I think Grunfeld players are satisfied with moves like knight d7 and knight e4, right? To trade the dark square bishops, But I just don't like the black side of the Grunfeld personally.
Well, me neither. I'm a King's Indian player, so
there you go. There you go, Robin.
So
nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. But what surprises me as well
what
is
happened?
So they're still in this position, but
after knight b5, they're still this is the current position.
And it seems like Wei Yi's thinking what that means is that Vladimir probably at least he's a little bit better prepared than Wei Yi is, because normally these guys bang out the first 15, 20 moves.
Agreed.
So I don't know if this is a new position, but it seems to be that either Wei Yi's trying to recall his analysis or out of book entirely. So
I would be really surprised because this feels very standard.
Yeah, it does. The other option, obviously, is just to let the pawn be recaptured by the knight and make some sort of a developing move, maybe even
knight a6.
Knight a6, let's say,
Yeah.
And
because now bishop e3 would be very appetizing.
And obviously, positions like this do look rather equal. I mean, White has spent a significant amount of time just getting his knight to c3. So Wei Yi's thinking, should I really allow the bishop to be developed like that, or should I just make a developing move myself? Okay, we're gonna move on to the next game
for sure.
And I believe that
let's go to
Mamedyarov. Yes.
By the way, just to